Not bad, right? I reread the poem a couple of times, nodding to myself. I think I get it. The message in this poem is, don't be a jerk and judge someone for their weird hobbies. Am I right?
What? No! Are you serious? Geez, and here I thought I made the message pretty straightforward, too. Do I really need to explain it?
Huh? So Trevor and his dolls aren't an analogy for you and your comic books? Natsuko merely smirks and rolls his eyes at me.
Gosh, you're such a dummy sometimes.
My face burns with embarrassment. Well, I thought you were using a simple analogy to tackle complicated issues.
I did, but you missed the point entirely. Alright, let me explain. See, sometimes we come across people that annoy the hell out of us. They could be the sweetest person in the world, be talented, super smart, whatever, right? But like, no matter how cool that person may be, there's just something about them that rubs us the wrong way. The subject of the poem literally has no reason to hate Trevor. They don't even know why they hate him. They're just annoyed by everything he does. We know why the subject hates Trevor. It's because they're jealous of him. And jealousy makes people do some pretty immature things. Don't you see? The subject doesn't really care that Trevor plays with dolls. They're just trying to find something, anything, to nitpick about him in order to try and justify their contempt. The message here is, yes, you will get annoyed with perfectly harmless people, but instead of trying to fuel your hatred by finding the one thing wrong with the person who annoys you, you need to focus more on people's good qualities in order to get yourself out of that mindset born of envy. I mean, you can't just hate someone because they happen to be good at things you're not good at. Right?
I'm a little taken aback by Natsuko. It's a lot deeper than I thought. But after giving the poem one more look, I finally catch on. Oh, I see. So you're the subject of the poem, and Yuri is the Trevor metaphor.
Well, that's not... Whatever. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy for anyone to relate to.
Well, if you really think about it, it can also be interpreted as not judging people for their weird hobbies or guilty pleasures. Like collecting dolls or comic books. I mutter that last part to myself.
There's really nothing to interpret. I already told you exactly what it's about.
Well, yesterday you retaught me that writing can be interpreted in any way the reader likes, even if there is a straightforward message.
Oh, Yuri's an idiot. What does he know? Just because he uses big, complicated words doesn't mean he's a literary genius.
I knew it. He is the Trevor metaphor. I smile as I hand Natsuko's poem. You could learn from your own message, Natsu. In any case, I can definitely relate to both messages in this poem, and I'm sure everyone else can too. If it makes you feel better, I really like this poem more than yesterday's. I like the sass and flow of it. You did a very good job with this one.
I figured you would like it. My writing always has good messages to take away. My poems don't just make you feel emotions, it helps you learn what those emotions are in a simple and fun way. Remember that. Tomorrow's poem is going to be even better, so look forward to it. Okay, Yuri. Let's see what you gotta say.
Let's see what you've written for today. Well done, Hallie. Your skills are already improving. You really think so? Wow, thanks, Yuri. That means a lot coming from you. Haha, it's nothing. I'm happy to inspire my fellow writers. I know you're new to this, so don't worry too much if it feels like you can't get your poem to feel perfect. You needn't be afraid to be a little more daring. How can I do that? Well, metaphors can go a long way. Coming up with clever or beautiful metaphors is super challenging for me. It doesn't have to be. Writing shouldn't be a robotic activity. The secret is to just let your mind wander through your feelings and write down the things you see and hear. That's one way to truly enable your readers to see inside your mind. When you think about it, it's a very intimate exercise. I see. That's certainly an interesting technique. Thank you for sharing that with me. I have an example of that if you'd like to read it. Of course. Is this the poem you wrote for today? Yuri nods and hands me his poem. Phoenix. Immortal flame, tearing through the sky, resplendent, aristocratic inferno, spreading her smoldering wings, destruction, fearless, I hold out my arm. I see the beauty, the phoenix perches. It hurts, but I will heal. The phoenix seeks me out. I am her only friend. I embrace her. The warmth enfolds me. Searing, my beast, my desire, my passion, the phoenix can never be tamed. The sun is where she dwells, but when I hold out my arm and call, she comes to me, and ignites my soul once more. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more, metaphorical. In fact, I got that same message out of Natsu's poem today. About being ridiculed for having strange hobbies. Well, that's what I got out of it anyway. He said it was about something else. Is that so? I can kind of see the message he said he was actually going for, but there's no denying that the second underlying message was about not judging people for having strange hobbies. Especially if the person indulges in things that's not hurting anyone. It's true. Strange to hear that Natsuko may think that way too. I guess you two actually have something in common. How interesting. I'll have to take a look at his poem for myself. I'm sorry, it's just hard to believe that he'd feel that way. He seems like the type to make fun of my hobbies. But I suppose I'm judging him falsely, aren't I? Please don't tell him I said that. Don't worry. I have no interest in being in the middle of another squabble. Your secret is safe with me. Thank you, Hallie. No problem, Big Eye. Also, I really liked today's poem. Even if I don't always understand them, I do like reading them. You're too kind to me. But I greatly appreciate it. I hope you enjoy tomorrow's as well. I look forward to sharing with you.
Alright, Mateo, let's go.
Hi again, Hallie. How's the writing going? It's going. Good, you're applying yourself. That's what matters. I'm trying. Let's see if trying is paying off. Show me what you wrote for today. Sure, here you go. I hand Mateo my poem. Another Satori poem. Well, aren't you two the dynamic duo? Well, we are pretty dynamic. And there's two of us. Witty as usual. He hands me back my poem. You spend a lot of time with him, don't you? Even in the club, you two are inseparable. It's sweet. Almost nauseating. I know it's none of my business. But would it kill you to hang out with anyone else? I mean, if you spent time with the other members in this club, there may be a change or even an improvement in your writing style. I'm just saying. Oh, we're talking about my writing. I mean, of course we are. Well, I guess. Because right now, I feel like you're just piggybacking on Satori's personal style. Wait, what? That's not what I'm doing at all. Relax. I'm just teasing. I mean, sure, you could stand to spend some time with the rest of us. I raise a suspicious brow. We're definitely not talking about my writing anymore. But your style is different enough from Satori's to be your own, so that's good. Anyway, are you ready to read my poem now? I'm quite proud of how this one turned out. Yeah, let's have a look. Play me. Your colors, though bright and beautiful, blind me. Red, green, blue. They flash, expanding across the universe. They won't stop. Your noise is endlessly meaningless. It squeaks violently, screeching across time, piercing through my ears. Sine, cosine, tangent, an endless cacophony of grating waveforms. Like dragging a fork across a dinner plate, like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Quit me. What the? And I thought Yuri's poem was weird. It's, even more abstract than your last one, huh? Are you not a fan of that style? Oh, I do like it. I've just never really seen anything like it before. I guess you can say it's very unique. Thank you. I do like standing out in a crowd. It's no different when it comes to my writing. Is this one also about your, epiphany? Well, sometimes asking what a poem is about is the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Isn't interpretation up to the reader? Oh, no, I was saying that. Bleh. Anyway, here's Mateo's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. What? You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? I glance around nervously. Who the hell is he even talking to? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, you're saying something to go away. Well, it's gone now. I can't read what she was thinking, so.
Alright guys, we're all done reading each other's poems, right? We have something extra planned for the day, so if all of you could come sit at the front of the room.
Is this about the festival?
It is.
Do we really have to do something for the festival? I mean, it's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members.
That's a concern of mine as well. I don't do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much, boys. We're going to keep it simple. We won't need more than a few decorations. Satori's been working on posters, and I've been designing pamphlets we can give out during the event.
Well, that's great and all, but what exactly are we doing for our event?
Haven't you heard? We're going to be performing.
Performing?
Mateo. Yep, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. And the cool part is, we're going to let anyone else come up and to recite poems too. Satori's putting in all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Satori points to the poster he'd been coloring, which he had pinned to the wall.
Are you kidding me? You haven't started putting those up anywhere, have you?
Actually, I have. Do you have a problem with that?
Jeez, you should have talked to us about this first. I'm not performing in front of a group of people like that.
I agree with Natsuko. You should have consulted us before making a decision like this. No.
Oh, goodness. I gave him the Mateo voice.
Now you two listen here.
Mateo, try to understand where they're coming from. Remember, Not and Yuri never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask them to recite their poems out loud in front of a group of people like that. I guess we kind of overlooked that.
Well, I'm really sorry, but I still think we should at least try. We're responsible for the fate of this club. All of us. If we each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what the literature is all about. Don't you want to inspire others to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. All it's gonna take is standing in front of a room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem. I know you're all capable of that, at least. Natsuko and Yuri remain silent. Satori looks worried. Mateo can be really careless about the other's feelings sometimes. But I can't help but feel that, in a way, he's right this time. I guess that leaves me no choice. I say kudos to Satori and Mateo for trying so hard to get new members. The least the rest of us can do is set an example. Count me in. Mateo quickly glances in my direction and smiles in approval.
Well, I guess.
Natsuko is clearly out of arguments.
Alright, fine, I'm in too. Awesome.
What about you, Yuri?
Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone's expectant faces.
I guess I don't have a choice.
Yes, that's everyone. You're the best, Yuri.
This club is seriously going to be the death of it. Going to be a drama queen, Yuri. Anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to recite a poem in front of all of us. Any poem you want. It doesn't even have to be one you wrote. It'll be good practice.
What? Now?
Mateo, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite a poem in front of us, how do you expect to do it in front of a group of strangers? I don't know.
There's no way
I'll go first. Once again, my mouth speaks before my brain can react. All eyes are instantly on me.
Alright, Hallie.
Well now, aren't you all fired up? I was going to start us off, but if you're feeling confident, go on ahead.
I will. I have an idea that I think will help. I flick through my phone for something to recite as the guys all take their seats. I stand at the front of the room. A smirk creeps across my lips when I find what I'm looking for. This should do the trick. Alright, gentlemen. This is a piece by a famous author named Doc. Theodore Griesel.
Giesel? Did I read that right? What did I say? Theodore Giesel. Giesel? I don't know.
I'm sure you're familiar with his work. Yeah, here we go. I hope this works. I start reading out loud. Within a few moments, the Satori Nazi start giggling. A smile spreads across Yuri's face, and I can see his chest heave with laughter that he tries desperately to suppress. The piece is full of crazy tongue twisters, which I try to recite without stammering. I manage to complete the entire thing without tripping over the words.
Well, better than I've done so far.
By the time I have finished, Natsuko and Satori are snorting and having tears in their eyes. Yuri has even managed to have a few hearty laughs that reverberate throughout the room. I look at Mateo and shrink back a little. He does not look amused in the least by my flawless rendition of Dr. Seuss's Fox and Socks.
Hallie, I thought you were going to take this seriously.
Hey, lay off her, Mateo. Don't you see what she just did?
Huh? Hallie has clearly performed something lighthearted and amusing in an attempt to take the tension out of the room. And now, Yuri stands up. I'm ready to perform my poem.
I call going next.
Oh, okay then. In that case, great job, Hallie.
Damn right, great job. Thanks, Mateo. Just trying to help.
Seems I continue to underestimate you. You keep surprising me.
Mateo smiles at me proudly. Meanwhile, Yuri steps to the front of the room.
This poem is called Crimson Dancer. Crimson Dancer. Dancer. Oh my god.
Yuri's voice is deep and commanding as he begins to recite his poem. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that he enunciates with perfect timing. He finishes, and everyone is stunned. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone soon follows, giving Yuri the recognition he deserves. Yuri smiles and bows his head in appreciation before returning to his seat.
My turn.
Natsuko slips out of his seat and scurries to the front of the room.
Oh, I hit the box.
My poem's called Backflip.
Natsuko takes a deep breath. Once he starts, he seems to grow even more enthused. The poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuko's trademark style, and it actually sounds pretty good when performed out loud. The words feel like they bounce up and down, giving a life to the poem. He finishes and everyone applauds.
Thank you, thank you. If you like this one, you'll love what I choose for the real performance.
Well, I guess I'll...
Me next, me next.
Mateo remains in his seat. He appears a bit irritated. Satori wastes no time flying to the front of the room. The others' poems were all written on sheets of paper. Satori, meanwhile, stands by the podium armed with nothing but an ear-to-ear grin.
This poem is called The Last Star.
Satori begins his poem. It's serene and bittersweet, like the one he shared today. I listen carefully to the words, and thankfully it's not as concerning as the other one. But it definitely makes me see Satori in a whole new light. He finishes and we applaud once again.
Thanks, Hallie.
Very nice, Satori. But next time, try to recite your work with a little more enthusiasm, as well as a little more force. That gentle delivery of yours requires a little more grit.
I frown a little. Why is Mateo picking on Satori all of a sudden? It seems to bother me more than it does him, though.
Okay, I understand. I'll practice that at home. I hope you do. Because next time I'll make you pick a poem that challenges you a lot more.
Challenge accepted.
Satori cheerfully takes a seat. I bite the inside of my cheek. Why did Mateo's critique annoy me so much? Mateo finally takes his turn at the front of the class.
This poem is called Do Not Disturb.
Mateo begins his recitation. His clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, his inflection is pristine. He knows exactly how to put emotion behind each line he recites, bringing the words to life. There's no way he hasn't done this before. I look around me. Everyone seems to be in awe. Finally, he finishes. The four of us applaud. Mateo smiles.
That was amazing, man. Great job.
Thank you.
It was very good. But I'm glad Hallie went first to lighten the mood. I wouldn't have wanted to read mine at all if we had to follow with Mateo.
How do you feel about having to do this in front of a group of strangers, Natsuko?
Well, I think it'll be way easier than doing it in front of you guys. I can put on whatever face I want in front of or other people. But when it's just you all, it's a little embarrassing.
It's the other way around for me. Well, I'm proud of all of you for doing this. You did very well. It might be hard, but now that you have an idea of what it's like, you'll do fine. Make sure to pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival. Satori and I will be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. And, Hallie...
Don't worry, I'll pick a real poem for the festival. I just wanted to break the ice and make everyone feel comfortable.
I know, and it worked. So feel free to recite any poem you'd like. I trust your performance will be entertaining regardless of what you perform. Your efforts are showing, Hallie. It pleases me greatly that you're applying yourself.
Happy to help.
Alright guys, I think that's about it for today. I know the festival is coming up, but try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out perfectly so far, so let's keep it up. We'll finish planning for the festival tomorrow and we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday is the big day. Don't lose your nerve.
I can't wait.
We can do this.
It's gonna be interesting, that's for sure. I stand up. I'm a little more enthusiastic about the festival now. Not as much as Satori or Mateo, but I'm excited to see how things turn out. For the sake of the club, I'll do my best. Ready to go, Satori?
Yep. Look at you two always going home together like that.
Kind of adorable, isn't it?
Satori blushes.
Jeez, guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it.
It must be a little nice, though, being able to do everything with someone.
Come on, we don't do everything together, right, Hallie?
I could say no and be done with it, but I simply can't resist. I tell him about the time we showered together.
It wasn't a shower, it was a bath. Ah!
Satori's face turns bright red after realizing what he just said. Natsuko quickly clasps both hands over his mouth, snickering. Yuri smirks and laughs gently. Mateo rolls his eyes and chuckles to himself.
I mean, look, we were little kids, okay? Happened a long time ago.
It happened 2 weeks ago. Before I can finish my sentence, Satori slaps his hand across my mouth and straddles me across the chest with his other arm.
Well, look at the time. We gotta go. See you guys tomorrow, maybe, or bye.
I offer him a foot by and wave to the guys as Satori drags me out of the room.
And that is as good a place as any to stop for this session. I'll pick up with this more next time. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll catch you next time with more Switcheroo. Hope to see you then. Bye-bye!